Have you ever wondered what exactly the moon is made of? Or who was the first person to walk on the moon? And many other questions. The moon is the only natural satellite of Earth, created about 4.51 billion years ago, approximately 60 million years after the formation of the solar system. This satellite has a diameter roughly 1/4 that of Earth, which is about the width of Australia. The moon is the largest natural satellite in the solar system relative to the size of the planet it orbits. The moon takes about 27.3 days to complete one orbit around Earth. The moon is the closest celestial body to Earth and has a core, crust, and mantle. It lacks any significant atmosphere, hydrosphere, or magnetic field. Its surface gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth. When the side of the moon facing us is fully illuminated by the sun, we see the moon as a complete disk. The moon is Earth's natural satellite and, despite not having its own light, it is the brightest object in the night sky due to the reflection of sunlight from its surface. If sunlight only illuminates part of the moon facing us, we see it in phases either as a thin crescent, a half circle, or nearly a round glowing sphere. Traveling to the moon with current technology takes about 3 days, and the moon is the only celestial body outside of Earth that humans have ever set foot on. In 1969, NASA announced that the first astronauts, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, landed on the moon as part of the Apollo program. Recent findings indicate that water is present on the moon. Unlike Earth, the moon does not have air, life, or a magnetic field. It cannot be said that the moon is completely inactive, as moonquakes are considered a sign of some internal movement. The moon had volcanoes in the past. However, most of the craters we see are the result of impacts from celestial bodies during its formation. Atmosphere and soil of the moon. The atmosphere of the moon is much thinner and insignificant compared to Earth's atmosphere, which means sound cannot travel in the moon's atmosphere, making the moon's surface a silent and quiet place. The lack of a real atmosphere means that there are no air molecules on the moon's surface to scatter sunlight and create color in the sky. For this reason, the moon's sky is always black. Basalt rock is also abundantly found on the moon. Beneath much of the moon's surface, basaltic lava flows exist. After ancient meteorite impacts, the thinning of the surface allowed basalt lava to reach the surface, covering large portions of the moon's crust. The soil on the moon is almost uniform and gray everywhere, covered with a dust known as lunar regolith. The gravitational pull of the moon creates tides in Earth's waters, and the moon's gravity also stabilizes Earth's axial tilt. Without the moon, Earth's axial tilt would be constantly changing, leading to chaotic weather and seasons on our planet. Is living on the moon possible? What do we need for life on the moon? Establishing a permanent camp on the moon is much more challenging than sending astronauts there for a few days. Unlike Apollo astronauts, permanent moon residents cannot bring all their rations and resources with them via rockets. Instead, they must source many of the essentials for survival from extraterrestrial resources. Unfortunately, the lunar surface is barren, and there are no resources to meet human needs. However, with ingenuity, humans can transform these resources into nearly everything they need to live. The first step is to create breathable air. Oxygen is not only a vital element for future moon inhabitants but is also required for rocket propulsion and transporting humans and cargo on the moon. Water is the second essential need. If humans are to reside on the moon for the long term, they must find a sustainable water source there. It was previously thought that Earth's only moon was barren and dry. However, recent findings have revealed that a significant amount of frozen water is trapped in the lunar soil. Food is another challenge. Can plants grow on the moon? Due to the inability to transport several tons of rich and fertile soil from Earth to the moon, the only option will be to use the moon's own soil. However, this soil is dust-like and very fine, causing plant roots to erode quickly. Additionally, it contains a lot of toxic metals and other harmful compounds for plant growth. When the settlers reach the moon, they will likely need to bring shelters in the form of inflatable, expandable structures. Inflatable structures are lighter, take up less space, and provide more area than rigid constructions. However, these structures must also protect moon inhabitants from space radiation, especially galactic cosmic rays. As we saw in this video, space is one of the most adventurous and astonishing environments for exploration. From endless beauty to the deep mysteries of distant planets, get excited and seek your dreams in this boundless sea of stars, as there is still so much to discover and learn. Which area of the vast cosmos would you like the next video to be about? Say it in comments.